All right, shalom, shalom. We'll start by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Yahweh HaKadosh. Double honor to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone who do it well. Peace and salutations to the icon doing the work in truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth. This is Dipper number one Ariado, GMS Miami Herald's Camp. Okay, and today I wanted to touch on the topic of, Trump trying to remove the history of the so-called Negro, right? Esau starting to feel real shitty about his past, his history. All right, but that's nothing but the Lord exposing Esau, Edom, for all that he has done to the children of Israel. And this is why when you read the scriptures, it tells you, um, all this is being done for the controversy of Zion, Salakia. If I didn't give double honor to the apostles, double honor to the apostles, elders, and bishops of great millstone who do it well, peace and salutations to the icon who do the work of truth and sincerity. Um, but yeah, man, this devil really wants, to erase the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American from America's history because that's a stain on his legacy, man. The fact that this nation really was built up by these people, and it was done off the back of free labor, and these people were not paid for their work. And even when it came time, right during the time of Lincoln, you have the whole Emancipation Proclamation, the whole 40, acres and a mule. After the assassination of Lincoln, man, that that deal never really went through. Okay, so the Heavenly Father, man, he's exposing Esau Edom for his wicked bullshit. All right, all his lies, all of his broken promises, all these things Esau Edom has to pay for. All right, but here he goes. It says here in the title, Trump ordered the purge of Black history from Smithsonian, targets African American Museum. Okay, the critical race theory. They don't want the critical race theory because then you will have to look at all the atrocities that he's done. Okay, critical race theory or CRT is an academic framework that examines how race and racism have shaped and embedded within are embedded within legal systems, society structures, and institutions in the U.S. It emerged in the 1970s and 80s from legal scholarship and critiques the idea that institutions are colorblind. Okay, but we know that you know that's not the case here, man. This nation, how it treats its people, is based off of color, not necessarily, you know, in regards to a hierarchy, so to speak. Right? We know that the children of Israel were above all nations, but Esau either doesn't recognize that. All right, he's able to put himself at the pinnacle, at the top. All right, by saying it's all based off of color. If you look like this, then are you a superior race? And that has nothing to do with nothing. Okay, it's all about the promise and who it was given to. All right, and when you read the scriptures, it says that in Isaac shall thy seed be called. The covenant was not given to Esau either; it was given to Isaac. From Isaac, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and from Jacob to the 12 tribes. Okay, but what we're seeing right now. Let me go back to the article, not to get off track. All right, it says Trump orders the purge of Black history from Smithsonian Target African American Museum. Okay, it says since Donald Trump returned to the White House in January, the dog whistle has become a bullhorn. The whitewashing of American history is no longer implied; it is spelled out in ink, signed into law, and backed by a government that is now openly in the grip of white supremacist power. Okay, and this article is laying it out thick, straight to the point. Okay, and this is not the first time Esau Edom has whitewashed, all right, a nation or a people. He did it during the time of the Renaissance, but he's trying to do it again. Okay, and it says it's spelled out in ink signed into law, backed by government, Slovakia, that is now openly in the grip of white supremacist power. In his latest executive order, President Trump has targeted the Smithsonian Institution and National Museum of African American History Culture, calling for the erasure of what he deems divisive race centered ideology. But you can't escape your history. This nation was based off of free labor, and not just free labor. Look, it's the persecution, the wickedness that was done to Jake while he was in captivity, man. This is what they don't want to come out, and other nations know about this. Other nations know that, Esau, treated the so-called Negro like shit, so-called Latino like shit, Native Americans like shit. Okay, let me get a precept here. All right, and this is going to be in the book of Habakkuk 2:16. Fill out here. All right, it says, "Thou art filled with shame." Let me go back. All right, let's start at verse 15. It says, "Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth the bottle to him, and maketh him drunken also, that thou mayest look at on their nakedness." And this is what Esau did to Jake, man. All right, looking upon our shame, it just made situations worse. All right, putting liquor stores all throughout our neighborhood. Okay, feeding us with false ideology, Christianity, not giving us our true identity. All right, we were drunken off these false ideas, man. Drunken off the wine of the other nations, man. And this is why the Lord put us in captivity, because when we wanted to be like the other nations. Verse 16 says, "Thou art filled with shame, for glory thou drink thou also, and let not that and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory." Okay, and this is what's happening to Esau. His shameful spewing, all right, his history is being deemed as a shameful spewing, bro. Okay, the Lord is putting you to shame. He's he's uncovering your foreskin. All right, but you're gonna receive your judgment, and you're gonna drink all the dregs thereof. Let me get this last precept here. It's the book of Psalms, Psalm 75:7. It says, "But the Most High is judge, is the judge. He putteth down one and setteth up another." All right, so that tells you that the Lord is the one that rules in the kingdom of men. There's no such thing as free will. The Lord is orchestrating everything. For in the Lord's hand there is a cup, the wine is red, it is full of mixture, and he poureth out of the same. And the dregs thereof, all the wicked of the earth shall wring them out and drink them. Right? Because when you have a cup of wine, right, you pour that wine out, you're gonna have dregs in that cup. And he's telling the wicked of this earth, and we know who the wicked is, Esau, even the so-called white man. And also 2/3 of our own people too that think just like this devil. They gotta drink that the bottle of that cup is the bitter parts of the grape or the wine. And the Lord's telling these nations they're gonna have to eat that bitterness. You're gonna have to swallow it. Okay? You're gonna have to swallow it. What you did to the children of Israel. All right. So with that, Lord willing, the festival is edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashmi Shai, Bashmi Shalom.